Welcome to another edition of CHP Talks. We are live in person together today with Angelina Steenstra from the Silent No More Awareness Campaign. And we don't have a big fancy introduction, but she was here today in Ottawa at the March for Life talking about her role in this important organization. And so, Angelina, why don't you tell us right off the top who you are and what Silent No More Awareness is all about while you're here at the March for Life in Ottawa today?
This is the 17th year for Silent No More Awareness Campaign to be present at the March for Life. And it's actually to the day, May 13th, 2004, we were here for the first time. And the Silent No More Awareness Campaign was begun in the United States in 2002 in response to a need to reach out to men and women that are hurting after abortion, to let them know they're not alone, that help is available. And then once people have found the courage to go through the healing journey and have found their voice, those people can become eloquent defenders of everyone's right to life and educate the public through their personal testimony, speaking about how abortion affected them relationally, how it affected them emotionally, physically, psychologically. And so over the years, we've had many men and women be silent no more and speak the truth. We have been from coast to coast, with the exception of Newfoundland, and we've just told people our stories.
When you were speaking, or perhaps even when someone else is speaking, there was this thought that went through my mind of, I think they used the word dismembered, and then I think later on someone used the word remembered, and just that juxtaposition kind of stuck in my head. I don't know if you've ever thought about it that way, but
it was actually, I said that.
Yeah.
That was a step in my own journey. When I had the courage to look at what abortion did, how it really literally dismembered my child, then to heal was to face that truth honestly. And so I tried to forget. So to remember was not only to bring back the memory, but to give my first child, Sarah Elizabeth, I personalized her, humanized her, I gave her a name, and she came back together, so to speak, remembered. And in God, she is alive in the Lord. And so I needed to claim that. Contrary to what the world would say is that, she never existed. No, that's not true. She still exists in the Word of God. And God willing, one day I will meet her face to face.
How many years was it between your abortion and when you were able to seek healing? To decide
I had the abortion as a 15-year-old, and I began really the journey of healing around age 30 when I lost another child. So when I lost our son, Joseph Michael, through an ectopic pregnancy, it was like, wow, this is real. This is a real child. People were hoping that we would have children. And this child was lost through the ectopic pregnancy. So there was like a cognitive dissonance. Why is it okay to grieve this child? And if that's true, then what about in my past? Doesn't that child need to be remembered, named, personalized, grieved, closure brought to their short life and death? And that's how. So it was another experience in life that connected me. And that's often the case. It seems there's a pattern that people can repress the abortion experience 8, 9, 10 years, and then something happens that brings it up. And that's what happened for me. I found myself being rushed into emerge for emergency surgery. I was told I was pregnant. I couldn't keep the baby. I was like, baby? This is a baby. What happened when I was 15? Wasn't that a baby? And that began. But like I said, it does take courage. And as a Christian, as a Catholic, I found the courage because I knew God's mercy. And if God was merciful to me, if He died for me, if I mattered that much to Him, there's nothing that could not be forgiven. And that is what began my journey of healing. And then the Lord, the Lord doesn't give us something to put it under a bushel basket. So the light that He gave me, the healing He gave me, He called me to share with others. And that's been my life work for the last 30 years.
Very
It's
good.
post-abortion ministry.
Very good. So necessary.
So I'm silent no more
That's right.
about the graces that have been given to myself, to my husband, and to really thousands, millions of people, because this word has gone out around the world. And glory be to God.
So if people wish to contact you or to learn more about Silent No More, how do they find you on the internet?
So our head office, if you will, is in the United States, and you will go to silentnomore.awareness.org, and you'll see some flags at the top. And if you click the Canadian flag, then our page comes up.
Excellent. Excellent. So thank you so much
You're very
for
welcome.
joining
Thank
us on
you.
such short notice here at the March for Life. We appreciate what you're doing, and we appreciate you taking your time with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
And thank you all for watching. We know that this has been a unique episode, and it has been a unique time, an unusual March for Life. Many were here in person, and many more hopefully watching from home. But the crowd while the crowd was smaller here than usual, it was still a considerable crowd. And we were blessed to be with so many pro-lifers, and especially those like Angelina, who know firsthand the destruction that abortion brings and the healing that they've experienced. So again, Silent No More. Thanks again, Angelina Steenstra. And we hope you'll join us again next time for another edition of CHP Talks.